Hi everyone, I'm Simon Downs with the Med Student Lounge, and today I'd like to take a look at OSMOSIS PRIME, which is the web-based form of the Osmosis app. And so I'm just going to go ahead and share my screen, and we're going to try and work it out together. Just find the screen here. Okay, here it is. Okay, so first I'm going to log in, and I'll log in with Facebook. And so here we are. So this is our main page, and it takes a while to get used to all the information there, but let's just take a look and see what we have. So we have my name, and select by topic, today's study plan, my progress, and this is my group. And here are some videos to help you figure out how to use the application. And here are some questions. We'll take a look at those later. So let's jump right in, and let's look at my my school section. So I have this group, and put my graduation date here, and I'm studying the musculoskeletal system. And what I have is I have a quiz coming up in a few days, so I have entered it into the calendar, and now I'm going to upload some documents. And it's important to make your calendar current. You can either import your calendar from your website, or you can input the dates by hand. But I think you can see it works really well, because once you upload the documents, the program will read the contents of the documents and then quiz you, prepare you based on that content. Well, let me just show you how it works. So it's an osteoporosis quiz. So let's upload first the PowerPoint. At first, I was concerned whether it would be okay with my school to upload documents because of the privacy issue, or I don't know if there is an issue, but apparently a lot of medical schools actually keep their documents in this site officially, and you can keep it private. So I think it's all right, especially because you're going to be sharing with the students in your class only, so it's safe. So this is uploading here. Maybe I'll upload one more. I think I'll upload a case study too. Okay, so that's uploading. You can upload in Word or PDF or whatever you have. So we have the documents down here at the bottom. We can drag them in, and let's try and figure out how to use this. So let me just let's look at a PowerPoint. I'm just click on that. So here is case number 3. We're going to talk about osteoporosis. So here's my PowerPoint, and you can see that Osmosis has actually read the content of the slide and is presenting some options to study. So I guess if you're in a hurry, you could just go ahead and look down at the bottom. If you wanted to preview your lecture, which is recommended, of course, you could go down. So let's preview this lecture. So let's say we're going to look at osteoporosis. So I'm going to click on that, and it'll take me to the Wikipedia area for osteoporosis. So I could read down here first for a summary. And then let's look at the high yield facts. So we can see in a mouse over format, you can look at questions and try to answer them. So let's look at this first one. Severe cadmium poisoning is often characterized by a skeletal abnormality called blank that involves osteoporosis, osteomalacia, and renal disease. Wow. Let's see. Okay, itai. So I think I'd like to schedule this review for tomorrow in MCQ format because obviously I don't know what it is. And blank is a bone disorder defined as a reduction in trabecular bone mass. Could it be osteoporosis? Okay. So I could ask this tomorrow as an MCQ, or I can just go over it if I think I got it. So you can go down and look at questions that you think are difficult, or easy to challenge all of them. Add them for tomorrow if you think you need them. And then what it'll do is it'll show you the first aid points to review that are high yield. So let's click on calcitonin. Ooh, okay, I'd like to learn more about calcitonin. So let's see, blank is a paraneoplastic syndrome associated with blank carcinoma of the thyroid and calcitonin secretion. Don't know. Okay, I think I'd like to learn that. Calcitonin is a tumor marker indicative of medullary carcinoma of the thyroid. Okay. So all these things you can add to your, I think it's called a news feed, where you can get reviews. You know, the idea of this application is that you don't really have to go to textbooks all the time. You can go to the textbooks to read in detail, but if you'd really like to focus everything in one area, this is the application. So we can also look down the PowerPoint, and I could actually make my own MCQs. So let's see, I'd like to make a question. You can make multiple choice questions by putting the question in and all the choices, or a flashcard, which is easier to do. So let's see. Let's say I want to have a question about osteocytes. And so I can just paste that. Let's see. And using the closed system, if you underline the word that you want to have the question about, it'll just show up automatically as a question. And it'll ask you whether you want to publish it to the group or keep it private, etc. So let's go back and look at the calendar again and documents. Now let's look at this this PDF. So in the same way you could make questions on this. Let's see what I need to know here. Okay, phosphorus. Don't know a lot about phosphorus. Anyway, you have to guess what kind of questions might come up in your quizzes, and if you can't, OSMOSIS will do that for you. So how does that work? I'll say. Okay, let's look at the Q banks. At the top we can see Q banks. So depending on what you want to study, either right now or continuously, you can choose these questions. So we need MSK questions. So let's have a quiz here. So we have a question, then you have an answer, and you decide how sure you are about the answer. I got that wrong. I'll give the explanation, or it'll give a video, and you can learn more about the components of the question as before. And then you decide how useful the question was to you. And just keep going. And it'll remember what questions you did well on, what questions you didn't do well, and it'll ask those questions to you in the future. And what's nice about it is that it'll send these push notifications to your cell phone based on the subject you're studying. I can't show you how it works on the cell phone, but the free download on the cell phone is very easy to understand. So let's see what else we have. Okay, study modes. Okay, we're going back to class again. Look at the dashboard. So what's happening now? Okay, what's happening in this dashboard? Okay, here's some study questions for me. Which bone disorder has normal lab values? Blah, blah, blah. PTH values. Oh, don't know. Osteoporosis. Did you get it? Missed it. Oh, okay. Stop. In order to remember this, what does it say? Oh, you have to look at the hyperlinked terms above. Okay, so I need to study osteoporosis more. Add that to tomorrow's review. So you can go down and answer the questions. And I really like the format of how the questions are presented in this sort of this it's very simple format. It's really easy to go through them. And you can also add more questions to the set. Let's say if you wanted to study anatomy continuously, it would just add those to the set, and you can make the amount more or less. You can really tailor it to your needs, which is really great. So what I want to do today, okay, today's study plan. Start studying now. Let's see. So here's my study plan. Keep in mind, I really haven't got this completely understood, but I spent the day yesterday learning on here, had a great deal of fun, and learned so much. What is the relation of the pulmonary artery to the bronchus of the right lung? I don't know. Rouse. Right anterior, left superior. I missed that one. So I could look at these individually and learn them. What type of collagen is found in the nucleus pulchris? Don't know. Type 2. Oh, I missed the 2. Oh, I'm missing a lot here. So you can go through these questions, and what happens is you get better and better at answering them. And just spend a few hours looking at questions, answering questions, and making your own cards. It's really nice. It's all centered in one area. A lot of the questions have videos attached to them, which is really nice. And you can look at your progress, see how you're doing. Oh, this is embarrassing. I'm not doing very well. And I have a 3-day streak. That's pretty good. But anyway, the main idea of this is that you have a calendar and you upload your files, and that Osmosis will center your learning based on those files and what you need to get done. And then it'll send push notifications to your smartphone. And I found it to be really useful. I think if we have more students from our class joining, we'll be able to share files and have fun with sharing MCQs and challenges. I think the application on the smartphone will allow you to ask questions to each other. I don't know if this also allows you to do that, but there's so much to do on here, you could just get lost in it. Well, this is really nice. I like this mouse over area. Just mouse over it and just see what you know, what you don't know. Calendar right here, news feed. So if you made some, like we were looking at the mouse overs and we were saying, I'd like to have these questions for tomorrow. I think this is where they show up. Well, I just made this today, so it's not going to show up, I think. But hopefully we can make some more, some videos in the future, maybe with classmates of us focusing on a particular area and trying to answer the questions. And this is a great way to have a study group, I think. If you're not embarrassed about answering questions wrong, which obviously I'm not, I think it can be a great study tool. So that's it for today. So give Osmosis Prime a go and give me some feedback. I'd like to learn how to use it better. And I know that the Osmosis team is working on improving the application, so we can look forward to more changes. Let's see, so let me try trying to get back to where I am. Okay, so I don't know if you can see me. I see a strange blue screen. Anyway, thank you very much for tuning in. Although I was the only member and nobody really tuned in. I didn't invite anybody. So anyway, thanks very much, and let's look forward to more broadcasts with the Med Student Lounge.